This is gonna amaze you. Over 90% of traditional archers quit within the first year, and it's all because of the same reason. The first reason is plain and simple. Mindset. We all have this need in today's world for instant gratification. But one thing that traditional archery does is teaches you patience. If you try to come into traditional archery with the same mindset as you did with compound hunting, and you start out at 30 yards right off the get-go, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. One of the best things you can do to boost your confidence and morale, because in traditional archery and archery altogether, confidence is everything. And the biggest issue traditional archers have is they try to come in with that same mindset and they get their feelings hurt quick. Start out close. Start out 3 to 5 yards. Get reps. Build shot technique. Stack arrows. And your confidence is going to go through the roof, which is going to keep you shooting and keep you happy. The best thing I can tell you for boosting confidence, because confidence is everything when it comes to archery, everything. You can't even go out in the woods without confidence in your setup. Start close. Give it time. Be patient. And I promise you, the more patient you are, the more rewarding this is going to be. And your mindset's going to be right going into this journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Second, one of the biggest myths in traditional archery today is the idea that you have to be strong to be successful. Everybody thinks that you have to run out and grab a 70-pound bow, a 65-pound bow, to be able to ethically harvest an animal. This is absolutely not true. One of the most common questions that I get is, Thomas, I've never shot a bow before. What do I need to start out with? I tell everybody the same thing. If you've never ever shot a bow in your life, start out at 25 to 30 pounds and start close. Utilize this to craft your technique. Now, if you're coming from the compound world and you've been shooting your entire life with a compound bow, I would tell you to at least drop 20 pounds off that and then go 5 more pounds. So if you're shooting a 75 pound bow, I want you between 50 and 55 pounds to start. See how it feels. You might have to drop from that. If you're shooting a 60-pound compound bow, I want you down between 35 to 40, because I promise you, it's harder than what it looks. And consistency is key in being able to craft those techniques. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is by not overbowing yourself. You don't want to be pulling back a bow that you can't even get to a proper anchor point, because what that's going to do is defeat the entire purpose. The purpose is confident and a positive mindset to keep you engaged in archery. But you're defeating that at the very get-go if you've got a bow that's too heavy for you that you can't handle, because that's going to lead to frustration and inconsistency, and you're not going to last a year. That's why a lot of archers fail. Another suggestion I have with poundage is, if you're starting out with a heavier bow, don't just let it be when you're out at the range or when you're hunting, you're practicing pulling your bow back. Have your bow out in the living room, and every time you use the restroom or every time you pass that bow, pick that bow up and practice drawing. Because with traditional archery, what you don't understand is you're using muscles that you're just not used to. You're using back tension to expand through that shot. Those muscles properly utilized, you're going to be sore. You're not used to it. It takes time. Sometimes you're not even overbowed. Your muscles just aren't susceptible to being used in those sort of ways. So the more you pull your bow back, what I found, I started out with a 50-pound bow. Within 3 months of constantly shooting that bow, I picked up a 55-pound bow, could not even tell the difference because I was constantly used to shooting and working those muscles and utilizing back tension to draw the right way to lessen injury. And that's what keeps you motivated. All right, the third reason that new trad archers are leaving and not staying consistent with this wonderful sport is this. Anchor point. Your anchor point is the base foundation and consistency. Who wants to go out and shoot a bow when they can't even hit a target? Consistency is key. Stick with an anchor point. And I want you guys to try this. I've got 2 anchor points that I suggest to everybody starting out. Here we go. All right, the first anchor point that I tell everybody to use, I use it myself, is this. I ball up my thumb and I wedge it right behind my jaw, right in that jaw line. Bone on bone contact. That's what you want for consistency. So I'm gonna show you guys really quick. Straight back, utilizing back tension, not over gripping. And I'm wedging that thumb right behind my jawline. It works, folks. Try it. The second one, I suggest to everybody to try starting out. I take my index finger and I'm gonna wedge it bone on bone, right under that cheekbone. It looks like this. Just like this. Now, as you can see, my knocking point, my fixed crawl is a little bit too low. So when I'm doing it bone on bone to the cheek, it's pushing that arrow above my eye, which is not good. The reason I anchor down behind my jawline is because it's perfectly set for my system. But give both of those anchor points a try. Anchor is the base foundation of consistency. Without consistency, you don't stay motivated. You lose that winning mindset. If you like what I'm saying so far, folks, like and subscribe, and check out my last video about the perfect aiming system for beginners to be successful quick. Many archers think they have an aiming problem, but what it really is poor follow through leading to disruption of your shot. So we're gonna go over a quick drill and a good solution for you guys and girls getting started out with follow through. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna work on this warm up really quick. One thing I want you guys to work on is not death gripping the bow or applying torque to the riser, because what that's gonna do is throw your arrow right or left. So I want you to gently grab the grip with an open hand, making that V. I want to apply that V on the grip, open hand. Come back to your steady anchor point, 1 or 2 of which we talked about, bone on bone contact. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. And I want you to do this 20 times a day. I want you to rep this and get used to freezing. That way you can see your bow dropping and what you're doing. It takes a millisecond to add disruption to the shot if your follow through breaks down. So practice and work on this, and I'm telling you, it's going to help you with your follow through. Traditional archery is a heritage, and it is my goal to motivate each and every one of you to share this passion that I love so much with me. Comment down below and let me know what you're struggling with. I'd love to have conversations with you, and I'll help you in any way possible. Thanks for all the support. Like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time.